It's been a week since I've returned home from an 8-day stay in the hospital for newly diagnosed type 2 diabetes, the first 3 days and 2 nights of which were spent entirely in my wheelchair. I am still undergoing frequent ups and downs, as my blood sugar is continuing to be stubbornly hard to control. On top of that, I have been experiencing frequent stomach aches, headaches, and diarrhea, probably because I have changed tube feeding formulas 3 times in the past 2 weeks. From Kate Farm's peptide, to Glucerna in the hospital, to Osmolite back home, and recently back to a retail version of Glucerna. I have also had an insulin incident in the last week. One of my nurses mistakenly gave me the long-acting insulin before a meal instead of the short-acting insulin. I very soon after had a stomachache, a severe headache, and sweating for about 2 hours. With this new diabetes diagnosis, I have so many questions. Do vampires prefer diabetics for their sweet, sweet blood? Can a vampire themselves be diabetic? What about a vampire bat? But I digress. Fellow diabetics can sympathize. I have had so many holes poked in me through finger pricks and insulin shots, that I feel like Baymax from Big Hero 6. I am looking forward to a continuous glucose monitor once my insurance approves it. In my first night home from the hospital, finally sleeping in my own bed again, I had a dream where my mom and I were enjoying yellow cake with chocolate frosting together. I was eating it like I did as a kid, eating all of the cake first, and saving the frosting for last. That was my mom's way of being with me on my birthday. And yeah, if I wasn't getting all of my food through a feeding tube, I would definitely cheat on my diabetes diet.